Now, you talk a lot about the fraternity of wrestling. Obviously, you got your Frats T-shirt on. For the fans who may have not read your book or don't really know what that, what you mean by the fraternity, can you explain to a little bit about?
Well, we've had a lot of what I call my fraternity. I didn't go to college, so my fraternity is a bunch of wrestlers that have come up through the ranks. Some of them are second and third generation that aren't with us anymore. I think there's something like 68 wrestlers have died since 1997 under the age of 45. These are my frat brothers. These are the people that I shared with on the road. Some people have taken knives from me. Sonny King took a knife in the back for me. There's some people have taken shots. I've taken shots for them. They're the people that that I love and that I would carry on. And this is what they, Hawk, the road warrior, Adrian Adonis. I did the eulogy at his funeral. I remember Adrian saying, when I die, man, I don't want people shedding tears over me. He says, throw a party, That's kind of my way of throwing a party for them. There's nothing to do except to remember them for the great people that they were, for the entertainment that they gave you, and maybe let's not make the same mistake again.
You've also, you came out with a book last year, In the Pit with Piper. It's been a year now. How has the whole book experience been? Was it what you expected?
Book sure got a lot of attention. I didn't expect it to get as much controversy as it did. I thought it would some. They took 60,000 words out of it. Thank God for that, huh? I tell you, Lord knows, man, I'd be down with the Titanic. But I think it's been good controversy for the most part, but for a goal, at least the book got the kind of attention that our business, the business of professional wrestling, needed, and somebody needed to write that kind of a book. I understand Ric Flair's got a book out now, and Ric Flair called me and he says, Pipes, he says, he says, call, phone the legal department. He says, my book's coming out and you're holding up the presses. Only half of it's about you. I haven't read his yet. I'm scared to death, but as far as my book goes, it's got all the attention I need.
What do you think? I mean, you haven't read the book, and I'm sure you will, but what do you think about some of the controversies that's come out of that with some of the comments made about some of the fellow workers that he has, been involved with?
I think that they're both people you're talking about are very close to me. I think there's some resentment from the past, some contempt that's being vented, but I think that if it came right down to it, I think both those guys would back each other up back to back in a saloon fight, or if the Indians were coming, not to diss anybody. I think they're being a little silly right now. At the same time, I understand where both of them are coming from, and it is possible to love both guys, and I love you both. And what wrestling is about is disagreeing with each other. And doggone it, it may sell a couple more books, man.
WrestleMania, it was just recently. You were involved in the very first main event at WrestleMania. When you think back on that, what kind of thoughts come to your mind?
We never thought it was going to last. WrestleMania 1 to WrestleMania 2 to WrestleMania 3. Oh, it's just a hot flash, WrestleMania 4. And I look back at it through all the guys that I've known and been so proud of. I think that it was it was something that did justice to the sport of wrestling, that to show the world to be proud of the sport of wrestling, what the wrestlers can do, their potential money drawing on the public market, and to look back and know that it's been 20 years and a lot of heartache at the same time. So many wonderful people, even Vince, I'll even put you in there. I said people, didn't I, though? Yeah, in any case, I'll even put you in there, man. It's kind of shows you how fast your career is, even if you have a good one. And for you guys out there watching, man, you want to love every minute and every moment of it and enjoy it. And don't waste it, man, because it goes by like this. And, it sucks just watching yourself on tape, man.
Your last WWE stint ended after the controversial Real Sports HBO interview that you did. Probably disappointing that it kind of ended like that. You were on a great run there. How did that make you feel?
Well, it only ended because Vince McMahon Jr. fired me. I think that I don't think that it's really ended. I think that you're going to hear from Roddy Piper one more time. You know, for a career like mine, I'm not going to go out a whiner or somebody that's just going to lay down and take a shot. I'm going to come back fighting. How that's going to happen, I don't know. But I know it'll happen within the next year or two, or it won't happen at all, because unfortunately time is all our enemy in the sport of wrestling or any other sport. If I do end up going out that way, I will be very proud of myself, as I wouldn't want to be known as a whiner. Although that's not what I was trying to get across. I was simply trying to get across that these are great athletes that need to be taken care of, that need a pension, need hospitalization, and the young ones up and coming deserve to be taken care of. And we put enough blood and guts into it. We were just talking about 20 years. It's a billion-dollar industry. For heaven's sakes, as my wife said one time to me, you think the industry would take care of its own. And if I got that done for a whole bunch of other people, then maybe I can even look a little different on it, you know.
Because of, you know, being let go before the WrestleMania 20, would you have liked to wrestle Hogan on the anniversary where it all began at Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, I think that would have been a kick in the pants. I think I would have beat him. You know, of course, hair pulling would have been out of the question. You know, the guy. You know, unless you ordered that Rogaine real quick. But I think coming full circle on the 20th anniversary for Hogan and I, that would have been kind of a fun way to go out. And I think for the fans themselves, they might have wanted Hogan and I one time to tag up and go against somebody. To cheat them of that, I think would be less than what I owe you. I would love to be able to give you that match. Matter of fact, I'd give you that one for free, and I'd box Mr. T again for you for free, and I'd knock him out, put him on your doorstep for free.
You've been in, you know, some movies in your career, most notably They Live, the sci-fi classic. It's I don't know why, but it's been around a lot on the Sci-Fi Channel recently. That fight scene with Keith David in the alley, filmmakers talk about that as probably one of the best fight scenes, you know, as far as choreographed. Did you have anything to do with the choreograph of that fight scene? Because it had a lot of a, you know, wrestling feel to it.
Oh, yeah, I choreographed the whole fight scene. Actually, the guy, Keith David, he's a wonderful guy, 220-pound dancer. He hit like Ernie Shavers. He had no idea how strong he was. And in the fight scene, there came a time finally where I said to John Carpenter, I said, listen, just said, Keith, I love you, but you're killing me, because you're supposed to miss with those punches. But he'd come back, catch me in the eye, catch me in the nose. Finally, I said, just hit me, okay? It'd be a hell of a lot easier. And so that's why the fight flows so quickly. And there's not a lot of quick cuts to it, because a lot of the punches were full contact as far as Keith David was concerned. At the same time, the interesting part was supposed to be, it was a fight between two friends, much like the book from Flair's you're talking about. And a fight between two friends is much different than a fight between two enemies. And so it was a fight with character, and I think that's probably what makes it live.
What can we expect from you in, you know, in the remaining of 2004, and how do the fans keep up? You know, how can they find out what's, you know, the comings and goings of Roddy Piper?
Well, you know, you can always go to the website, roddypiper.com. You know, I'm right in a place right now where I'm loving my kids a lot. I'm about to do another movie called Fish in a Barrel with Burt Reynolds. You know, there's something in wrestling for me. I got wrestling in my blood. There's something in the back of my head that I'm just not getting out yet. I'm going to do. I'm not sure just how I'm going about doing it. But you ain't heard the last of me, man. You know, I'm one of them guys. I'm just not going to fade away. I'm just going to smell that way, man. You know, I'm going to go out with a bang. You betcha.
Piper, thank you very much. Again, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on WrestleVision, and good luck for the rest of 2004 and going forward.
Thanks,
Thank you, Roddy.
Come on, take a look in the eye, man. Take a look in the googly eyes like Sammy Davis Jr. up in heaven. Proclaim to me, he said, JT player. He said, player. You got to get down. You got to dig down deep. Walk through the depths. See the people. You got to see the people.